Hey everybody, PattyAnne here. As you can see today, I'm going to show you how to sublimate on mugs. I'm making this, it's just for personal use. I'm not going to be selling these, but I do want to show you these would be fabulous Christmas gifts for you to give your loved ones for, like I said, for your personal use. But anyway, I'm going to show you first of all I did was find this image. Well, let me begin again. The first thing I know is I like to, for my mugs, my 11-ounce mugs, I make a rectangle, and I make my rectangle be 3.5 inches tall, and I had the lock, so that made it too wide, so I'm going to unlock the lock now, and I'm going to make this 8.25 inches wide, like that. Okay, now I'm making it that width because, or actually a little smaller than that, maybe 8.8 inches, because that's what will fit on my portrait that I love using. Let's see, so that's like that, so that's good. So I have this little square here, and then into that square I'm going to put the images that I have. You can see I have this fabulous image right here. I just did a Google search for it and found it, and then I resized it so it would fit that 3.5 inch tall that I have, so I could come up here and lock the lock and make this 3.85 tall, and it'll fit in there perfectly. And originally I was using a much darker Wizard of Oz font, but I found this one that I really thought was super, and it would look really nice on the white mug. So let's just go here for a sec, and here's where I found it. I just typed in Wizard of Oz, and there it popped up. There were some other ones here, and there was one that I really liked, but it was too dark, so I didn't use it. So as you see, the one that I've decided to use is this one right here. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on it again, but there we go. Let's go back to that other one. So all I do on this is I right click on it and say copy image, and then I can come back over to my Silhouette software and just go right click and paste. Now, I don't know if you can notice or not. Let's see if I can scroll in. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. All right. So I think if we scroll in, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Do you see that little bit of green around the edges of that? I don't want that green there. So an easy way to get rid of that, and I can actually put a piece of white behind here so you can even see more clearly. I'll change that to white and send it to the back. And now you can see that green I'm talking about that I don't want around this object. So what I could do if I wanted to was double click on it, and just when I double click, I get these 4 boxes around the 4 corners. I can begin moving those in to see if I'm able to get rid of that green without affecting the image at all. One more little spot down here. Okay, looks like I was able to do it perfectly like that. So then I can just use this as it is, get rid of this box, kind of highlight on it and delete. And then I'm just going to scroll back out, and I can use this just as it is right here. I don't need to do anything with it. If I wasn't able to get rid of that green, of course I could have traced it and used the trace here, but this works perfectly just like this. So I'm happy with that. And what I did earlier when I was doing this, getting ready, was I just duplicated it. So let's see if I can scroll out a little bit more. I'll group this together. Hold down my shift key and grab that and group. There's one. And the other 2 that I made are right here because I was going to have 3 separate types. That and that and this. So that was one I've already just did. Yeah. All right. Notice though there's something wrong with this top one, because as you may have seen in one of my videos, I did forget to mirror something, and of course it really messed it up, but luckily I was able to put the text underneath of it again and just pretend like I did it like that on purpose, like the text was kind of mirrored. Okay, there is one thing I'm not crazy about this image right here. Notice how small my picture is here. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup this again, and I'm just going to stretch this guy out a little bit. I don't want it to look really weird, and I think that still looks good, so I can scroll this down. Okay, there we go. So then they're pretty much more even if you're looking at the mugs all together. And so again, I would click on the one on the right, hold down my shift, click on the one on the left, and group. Okay. Can get rid of that red line by making that transparent. Not sure what this red line is right here. Oh, it's that. I don't need that. That was the box, the original box I made, remember? So I can delete that and just bring this back over like this. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this with my scissors. But again, I've forgotten I need to go ahead and right-click and flip horizontally this because we need to have things backwards. Now, the only other thing is I'm noticing is I'm putting this one on the opposite side. Let's flip that horizontally again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ungroup this, and I'll go ahead and move this over on this side and this on this side. And I'm going to grab them both and say flip horizontally to see if they're going to line up pretty well. Let's see, I can move this over a little bit. Looks pretty good. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to grab them one more time and now group. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and send. No, I'm not going to send, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm not going to cut this with my machine at all. I am just going to go to File and Print. And there's what it's going to look like. I make sure it's going to fit on my 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and say Print. I'm going to use my Epson 7720 because that's my one that's my sublimation. And I'm going to say Preferences. And the preferences that I use is something I've named as Sublimation New. So what I did was I changed my paper type to plain paper, and I changed my quality to high. And then for more options, I came to custom, and I changed it to ICM. And I did that because I'm using Cosmos ink, and that's what it was suggested that you do on their website. So I'll cancel this and cancel this, and I'm going to print this, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, as you can see, I've printed everything off. I have 3 mugs ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my cutter here and just cut them apart. So I like to make sure that I get it cut right on the edge, like that. Want to make sure that there's nothing showing. Now, for example, on this one right here, if I didn't cut that little lip of color off right there, it would show up on my next mug. So I need to make sure that I get that cut off of there. I'm going to bring this up to the top again. Oops, drag that down. I didn't do that very well. There we go. Okay, I got that cut off nicely. And I like to make really nice straight cuts so I can tell when I'm putting it on my mug that it's very straight. That's perfect, except for that I see a little bit of color down at the bottom of this, so I need to make sure I cut that off or it's going to show up on my mug. I don't want an extra line to show up. Okay, so there's that one. So I have 3 of them ready to go, basically. This one looks like it might need to be trimmed just a tiny little bit more. There we go. Okay, so then this is ready. I can move this out of the way. And now I'm going to put one of these on a mug. The mugs come wrapped like this. Some people complain about the ones that they've gotten from, where do I get them from? Heat Press Nation. But I've never had any issues at all. And I've ordered over 6 different cases of them. I did finally break down and get this tape holder. Y'all, if you're going to do these, you might like to get the tape holder as well. So you just take this off, obviously the plastic, and I go ahead and put this down, and I just kind of center this as best I can, just eyeballing it. And I especially like to make sure that it's straight on here. It's easy to tell that by looking at how much is showing on the bottom. So the first thing I do is just put a piece of tape on this side. So I tape it to the blue of the transfer and I pull that taut. Okay, so like I already got it crooked. Do you see that? So I need to fix that. So I want to make it straight like that. Okay, then I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm coming around and making sure it's straight and kind of sliding my hand along it to get it to go smoothly. We don't want any kind of wrinkles or anything. And while I have that held well with my thumb, I'm going to go ahead and tape this into place too. Now the reason why I want to make sure that there aren't any wrinkles or gaps is because that's how you end up getting, there's something weird on this mug. That's how you end up getting ghosting, or like a double image, like a blurred image. Okay, just double check it one final time. It's ready to go. So I'll put it into my press. Just like this. And close this up. And then start my timer. It's set for 375 degrees for 180 seconds. So I'll let this continue on and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, the timer's just about to ring. There we go. I'll take this mug out. And you'll notice while this one was cooking, I went ahead and wrapped another one, so it's ready to go. I can put it in here right now. Let's set this down. Put this one in to start. There you go. Start the timer again. This one now I can hold the handle. The handle's not hot, but I'll tell you the mug is really hot. All right, let's check it out. How's it looking? Oh my, it's beautiful. Okay, this is really looking great. I love it. Yep, very nice. So I'm gonna make the next one and I'll bring that one out to show you. Takes a little while for it to get done. There we go, there you can see it now. There's the text. And if I twirl it around, maybe you can see the figures. Yep, I love it. Very nice. Okay. Okay, once again, it's just about time for the timer to go off. So I have another one prepared to go into the heat press. And I'll do the switcheroo, bring this one out. Again, the handle isn't hot. And put this one in. Begin this one and start the timer. And now I can peel this off to see what we've got. All right, love it. Okay, that looks really nice too. Can you see? It's really, really, the colors are beautiful. Looks really nice. Okay, this is the second one. Okay, it's just about time for the timer, but I wanted to remind you again that you can also make coasters like this. Isn't that adorable? And wouldn't this make a wonderful gift for somebody, for a friend or a family member who loves The Wizard of Oz? Or you could do other movies or books that they might like, or sports characters, or there's just so many things you can think of that you could do. Well, this one's just about ready. And by the way, for this mug right here, I did it a little bit differently. I made a collage of a whole lot of Wizard of Oz images. So let's get this out before it's in there too long. There we go. So again, I can just take this one and go ahead and just holding the handle again, because this mug is hot. Get the tape going, take that off, throw that piece away, and let's check it out and see how this one turned out. Dorothy, let's see if I can move these over. There we go. Glinda and Dorothy. Turned out really nice. I mean, wouldn't a lover of The Wizard of Oz just go wild over these? And again, like I said, it could be any kind of movie that you might like. But of course, it has to be for personal use only. You just can't be making these and selling them, because this stuff is copyrighted, you know. So, I hope you like this video and you'll give it a thumbs up if you do. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I hope you'll subscribe too. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.